What's going on, everybody? So, first off, I got my hair cut. No, I had it cut recently and I didn't like it very much, so I changed it. I'm probably gonna change it again here soon. The guy that cuts my hair is doing an amazing job. Next, I checked my P.O. box the other day. I have boxes, oh my gosh, I have so many boxes and letters and things like that, and I'm opening them up. I really don't have time to like respond to letters or anything like that, but what I have been doing is, if you put your Instagram or your social media on there, a lot of times I'll go and check your profile out and stalk you a little bit just to see who you are and what you do. And then I did get this and opened this. Billy from North Carolina sent me a drone. What? My mind was blown when I got it. I screamed. And so thank you so much, Billy. I'm gonna release some really cool content soon, hopefully with that. I haven't got to fly it yet, but I'm still trying to like learn it and read the manual. So thank you so much, and shout out to you for that, definitely. All right, so as you guys can tell from the title, today I'm gonna be talking about some Grindr experiences that I've had. I did a video on Grindr already, but really I just talked about my advice about it, my opinion about it. But today I'm actually gonna kind of talk about things that have like come from Grindr, maybe even Tinder a little bit. They're not all bad stories. The first story is actually pretty good. I was living in Little Rock. I had Grindr because I really didn't know anybody there yet. And so I met this guy on Grindr, really sexy, you know, whatever, and we were gonna meet up and go to see a movie. So we got to the movies, realized like, you know, he's very attractive, very kind person, he's a gentleman. Started watching the movie and we were cracking up, like literally having a great time. Laughing about things, you know, talking just about stupid shit, the cute guys in the video or the movie and stuff like that. Afterwards, we went and walked around a little bit, and I realized that we were just very, very similar. I felt like I was around a friend that I had been around for a long time, and I wasn't really just like super attracted to him anymore. It was just like I wanted to be around him because he was such a cool, positive person. So after we left, we went in for like a hug, and it was like awkward, and it was like, oh, like this is not expected. So then we went home, and he texted me and was like, were you getting just like total friend vibes from that? And I was like, absolutely. So we went and lifted together and started working out and became really good workout friends in Little Rock. We were just, I mean, the best of friends for a while I was there, and it was fantastic. Shout out to Grindr for an awesome friendship that I made there. So the next story, I was living in Memphis, and I downloaded Grindr when me and my ex had broken up for a little while, and I met this guy on there, and we chatted for a couple of days, and he was like, let me take you out to dinner. So I said, okay. I just got out of a relationship, I'm not really looking for much. But I was like, it'd be great to go and meet somebody new and kind of chat with somebody. So I meet him at a steakhouse, we walk in, he's talking about the clothes that he's wearing, and he's like, oh, do you like my coat? It's from here, and you know, I just got these shoes too, they're from here. And I was like, yeah, they're great, you know, you look very nice. And then we sat down, and he started talking about his watch and how cool his watch was. And then he was like, and did you see, you know, eventually worked his car into the conversation. And I started to realize this guy is really about himself. And I started really paying attention to the conversation, and we had only talked about him. Like literally, I had just continued, yeah, you know, you ask questions, you're like trying to learn more about him, but he was not trying to learn anything about me. You know, you ask, oh, so where are you from? You know, your brother, sister, that kind of stuff. And I knew all about that about him, and I realized that I had not told him any of that stuff about myself because he'd never been like, what about you? Or anything like that. Big turnoff. I don't know why, I hated that. And so, you know, I just kept trying to learn more about him, and he just wanted to talk about his traveling and his awesome experiences, and seemed like a really great guy, but he just knew, he thought he was a really great guy. So I left, and you know, he was like, oh, I want to see you again. And I was like, how do you know? You don't even know who I am. Like, I could be a serial killer, you didn't even ask. Oh my God, one time, I met a guy from Tinder, and we were gonna meet at this park and go walk around. And I walked up, cause he told me the intersection was sitting at, so I met him over near there. I think this is in New York, actually. And I remember I walked up, and he was like, are you Andrew? And I was like, yeah, I am. And he was like, nice to meet you. And he said, wow, you look very different from your pictures. And I said, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess pictures do you a little bit differently. And he said, no, you look a lot different. You look a lot more fit in your pictures than you do in real life. And I was like, you can't even see me, I'm wearing clothes. But I was like, but yeah, I don't know. And he was like, I don't know, I just, you were very photogenic. Essentially saying I look cuter in pictures than I do in real life. Okay, maybe, yeah. And when he said that, he was kind of standoffish. And we literally walked around the park. And then he went and tried to kiss me, and I was like, okay, no. So he went in for the kiss, and after he'd just kind of been a jerk, and I was like, I gotta go. I think I made up some excuse. A story that not many people know. I downloaded Grindr when I was on family vacation. We went to the beach, and I was single, and I didn't really care. It's one of the first times I downloaded it. I remember that there was this really, really, really good looking guy out on the beach that I had been staring at. I mean, he was in like a Speedo and stuff like that. I would never have worn a Speedo, and super, super sexy guy, and really cool blonde hair and like really tan skin. And I remember thinking he was so hot. But anyways, I realized that one of the guys that had messaged me a couple of times was him, and he said he saw me outside and asked me if I wanted to meet him up on a beach that night. And I was so nervous and so scared, but I agreed. And so I got on my Grindr and had my little like flashlight. Actually, I think it was like a regular flashlight. I was walking around looking for him, and I eventually met up with them, and we ended up sitting out on the little beach things. Ended up like making out and fooling around a little bit, whatever, but out there on the beach. And then like beach patrol came up and told us that we had to leave and that we couldn't be just hanging out outside. And we were like, well, what if we're like gonna go look for crabs or something like that? And they're like, no, it's too late, you guys are too young. It's like, okay. So we're like, well, we'll hang out again. And then we separated, and I went back home, and I never heard from him again. Shame. All right, last story, and it's really quick. One time I met a guy on Grindr. We had been chatting on social media for like 3 or 4 days. He said, let's go meet. So we met up, and I think we walked around a park or something like that. Actually, may have been a cemetery for a little while, and then we went over to the park. It's creepy. And then we got over there, and we were sitting there, and he said, I've really started to like you a lot, and I think I'm falling in love with you. After like 3 days. I said, man, you can't say that. I was like, it's only been 3 or 4 days. You don't even really know me. I think he was maybe 19 or 20, and this is probably when I was 21 or 22. And I said, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know you well enough to say anything like that. And he got really upset and was like, why are you leading me on? And I was like, I've known you for a week. Like, how can you say that? But anyway, moral of the story, don't tell somebody you love them until you're absolutely sure you do. Give it some time and make sure they're the right person. You'll scare people off. But when you do know that's how you feel, then I guess it's all right. So anyway, I intend on doing a couple new videos here soon. Definitely some sit and chat stuff. If there are any videos that you guys really want me to do, post it in the comments below. If it gets a lot of likes or a couple of likes, I normally see it's easy, it stands out, so I see it, and maybe I'll do that one. Thank you so much again for everybody that's sending me stuff. I will be doing a video about that stuff soon. Expect some new cool content hopefully coming up. Be sure you check out social media. It's all linked down below. Subscribe if you don't already and want to see more. And never stop learning. When you're blindfolded, you actually taste things better, I think.
Not only blindfolded, actually.
Nice and cold.